Welcome to the Viva Vegan Minisode with me, Faye.
And me, Lex.
And our special guest this month,
Lily.
Lily.
Lily dog.
So as you can see, we've had a bit of a new format and we've changed things up a little bit. We're now going to be live on film every single month as well as on audio. And you're going to get to be introduced to a few more people from Viva, including our PR manager, Rachel Stone.
And our animal campaigner, Izzy.
So this month, we're going to kick off with some Viva stories. Firstly, a massive thank you to everybody who has donated to our Take Away the Meat TV campaign. We have reached our 40,000 target.
Yet another huge achievement.
Absolutely. And it has gone live now on Sabrina the Teenage Witch, 4 in a Bed, Countdown. It's been advertised everywhere.
I was testing Faye on this before we got started.
4 in a Bed, Countdown, Sabrina
the Teenage Witch.
Yeah, so that's great. So if you've donated to that campaign, thank you so much. Because, we reached just unprecedented numbers of people.
Yeah, I mean, this is even more viewers than we got from the last time that the commercial aired. So, commercial? Am I American?
Yeah, TV advert.
This is even more views than we got from the last time it was aired. So I think that was around 14 million, right? This time we've reached a staggering 16 million people, which is just incredible. And it just seems to... It's one of these things that, like, I did an event the other day and so many people came up to us like, oh my God, we saw your advert the other day. So it's reaching far wide, like, you see it on paper and you think, oh yeah, 60 million people, but who are these 60 million people? And then you start to meet some of them and then you're like, oh wow, people are actually paying attention when it comes on. So I think it's been really great. It's had such a good impact.
Yeah, and we've been really fortunate the last sort of few weeks in terms of campaigns. We also had our Muller Killer campaign, which went, well, it's gone viral at this point, hasn't it? We reached 3 million people with that. It was banned by the ASA on the basis of 7 complaints.
Yeah, so I think in the end the ASA actually does a bit of a favour on this one because, I mean, it was one of these ads that we put out. It was a social media thing specifically. This is not TV, this was social media. It got 7 complaints. And so the ASA have obviously investigated. They've now banned the ad after 7 complaints. And you compare that to the TV ad, so the Take Away the Meat ad, which had over 400 complaints last year. The second most complaint about TV ad in the entire year behind Bodyform, wasn't it?
It was Bodyform.
So when you compare it, it's just like, it's just mad to me that it's like an inoffensive advert like the one we've had on Channel 4 gets over 400 complaints. And then we've had this very, very graphic Muller Killer advert go out. 7 complaints.
I mean, it was a parody, but it was a parody, but obviously some people didn't like it, and which is, the nature of advertising, isn't it? Not everything's for everybody.
It's an uncomfortable truth, that's what it is.
Yes, it is.
I feel like the ASA generally rule against us. I think out of all the ads we've ever done and all the complaints we've ever had, we've won like one of them. But fortunately, when they do get banned, that obviously gets more media. Yeah. And then more people see it. And then
it's snowballed. We've had coverage in the New York Post. I mean, that's huge. The Daily Mail ran it.
Yeah.
It's had a huge snowball effect.
Yeah.
So,
and then, of course, Juliet ended up going on the Piers Morgan show.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Which was just epic.
And if you haven't seen the Piers Morgan show, please, please, please tune in because, wow, that is some scintillating TV, isn't it?
Yeah.
High drama, high octane.
High drama.
Juliet, we thought, handled that the best she possibly could. I mean, you know what you're getting with Piers Morgan.
Yeah, he's always going to throw the avocados and almonds
argument
at you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's really good to watch that. So if you haven't, tune in and have watch of that. You can watch it on our social channels as well. Lex, you've actually been doing a salmon investigation.
I have, yeah. So we've just released our latest Scottish salmon investigation. Came out in The Observer on Sunday just gone. So this is massive for us. Like, any kind of fish issue is really close to my heart. Anyone that knows anything about me knows that fish are the one thing that I keep trying to push forward because they have far fewer protections than any other farmed animal, which is pretty shockingly poor anyway. And they're just such incredible things and people just don't appreciate them for what they are, essentially. So we ended up doing another investigation. We looked at 5 different salmon farms up in the Scottish Highlands. And these places were just infested with sea lice. And again, like I struggle a lot with it because I don't want to start demonising sea lice because, again, amazing animals. But they are a natural parasite. So these do occur in the wild. It's not uncommon to see wild salmon have sea lice on them. It's actually quite a good indicator when you fish one out of the freshwater streams, because you know that it's just recently made its migration back from seawater, so it can be a good sign. But then when you've got these intensive farms, when you're literally cramming thousands upon thousands of fish in these putrid cages, then it just becomes like a breeding ground. They breed rampantly, sea lice do anyway, and when you've got that many fish to pick from, you know, they eat the blood, mucus, skin, they're literally eating them alive, they're killing them, and there's just millions of them. And a lot of these end up escaping into the wider environment as well, so they have huge impacts on wild salmon, wild sea trout that are migrating back and forth. And just 2 of these can kill like a young salmon or trout, so it's a pretty serious issue. And when you've got millions of them in these lochs, it's just staggering anyway, and it's gross as well. Like it's really gross. And I've spoken to a few journalists since the story ran as well, and they're just like, but this is really gross, why are people eating salmon? I'm like, I don't know.
But it's just not covered, is it?
Yeah.
It's people won't touch it.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
it just doesn't get picked up in the same way that land animals do.
Yeah. And it's getting worse. At the moment, we are in a unprecedented time in terms of waters heating. We're in a marine heat wave at the moment. NOAA have already classified this as like extreme category, so it's bad. And marine heat waves are becoming more frequent, they are longer, and they're happening globally. We've got jellyfish blooms. These are harming the salmon too, they're stinging them. There's algae blooms that's depleting oxygen in the water. They literally like can't breathe. So there's a whole heap of issues anyway, so I am quite passionate about it.
Of course you are.
Yeah,
no, as you should be.
Yeah, so I'm just trying to tell as many people as possible that you really don't need to eat fish of any kind.
It's also an amazing investigation, and it got really well written up as well in The Guardian.
Yeah.
It was really well written, so have a look find that online and have a look at
Guardian
that.
online, Observer in print.
There you go.
Yeah.
Finally, we're just going to finish off now. We are going to be launching a Viva cookbook. So massive well done to Marianne.
Massive job done as well.
Massive job done.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes in terms of getting that put together. So she's done a phenomenal job. We've worked with Nikki from Rebel Recipes, who's done a lot of the photography for this. It's going to be live, I think, from the 2nd of October. The date may change, but it's preliminary booked in, sent to the printers.
It's set in stone now.
Yeah.
I'm going to hold you to that.
And you can actually pre-order it on the Viva shop. So if you go onto the website, I think it's vivashop.org.uk/cookbook. .org.uk/cookbook. We're going to put the link underneath us as we're talking, just for clarity. But yeah, it's going to be absolutely incredible. There's over 100 recipes, starters, desserts, mains, side dishes. And
we have tested most of them.
That fondue, my lord. I won't make the noises, but it's delicious.
Yeah, no Nigella's over here.
No, okay, best behaviour. So yeah, there's quite a lot going on at Viva at the moment, and you're going to be seeing us on film every month in the same kind of format. So what is it that we have to do, Lex, if they like it?
A little catchphrase at the end. Don't forget to rate, review and subscribe.